Okay, so today is Secret Santa Book Review Day. If you don't know, last year Andy Smith put together this whole thing where we all put our names in a hat, got a booktuber, and had to review one of their favorite books and all release it at the same day and time, which is why my video is later than normal today. And I, this year, got Rhea from The Bookfinch, who I have been following since I started BookTube, so I'm so excited. They are a channel that has been posting videos for 4 years, completely underrated. They are a Finnish booktuber, have amazing taste in manga, graphic novels, speculative fiction, and both sci-fi and fantasy. They are amazing. They are also part of the Stitch and Bitch crew, who they meet like every month or so, and they are creating their crafted goods while just talking about what's happening in the booktube community or book community. I love Rhea. And there were so many books I could have read for this. And because my month's been a little chaotic, I couldn't actually read some of the ones I really wanted to. I wanted to read Sword Point. I wanted to read The Blue Unicorns. So many of my TBR books are on the list because of things I've heard from Rhea. So this was the shortest one and one I have been wanting to read, and that is A Man and His Cat. This is a manga. I don't read many manga. I don't think I've actually read a manga since high school. I read a few in high school because I think it was relatively popular. I don't know. I dated someone. They liked manga. I read it. Basic stuff, right? And this is such a sweet contemporary story. So first of all, I need you guys to all subscribe to Rhea. They have amazing book reviews. They're great if you want underrated recommendations, like both of the other two I bet you haven't heard about before. One's like a classic, I think, fantasy, potentially with LGBTQ representation that I really want to read. It's about like friendship, I think. I see it sometimes at my bookstore. And then The Blue Unicorn is a sci-fi heist story that I desperately need. I took both out from the library with this, hoping I could read almost all of them. And alas, time got away from me. So I need you guys all to subscribe to them. And down below, I think if I can put it together and find it, I will have a playlist to the other Secret Santa videos. I do not know who has me. I do not know what they may have reviewed from me. It'll be a surprise for all of us. And so this is a story about a man who's gone through a lot of loss. It's implied that he has lost his family, his wife and his kids. I don't know if it's ever explicitly stated. I couldn't quite figure that out, but it's very obvious that he is alone now. And he goes to a store and he adopts a cat. And he adopts a cat that's an older cat, like I think a year or two old, that no one's adopting, even with the cheap price. And also it's like a designer or higher expensive cost breed cat that has some health issues. But the cat is so cute. Like, look at this. Look at this. Also, we joke, when I brought this home, I have a cat. And his name is Putao. And he's chonky. He's a lot like this. And actually, my roommate picked up and read like the first couple sections that I had read to my bookmark. He's like, that's really cute. It's wholesome. It is like, do you want your heart to feel full? Do you want to be happy? Read the story, because it does have some sad material, right? This man has gone through loss, and this cat has never been adopted. Like, if you tear up at the beginning of Oliver and Company, you will probably have emotions at the beginning of this. But also, it's just like, what's it like to have a pet? Like, all of these things. So I figured this would be a fun video as well to talk about my cats in a little more detail. You guys, if you've been watching me for a while, know my two cats. Actually, one is currently staring at me on the other side of this camera, and I can already tell he's thinking about talking and meowing and walking over here. So we'll see if that happens. But I did roll some B footage, so I have two cats. And so the first one you're probably seeing here is Delilah. She's my baby. I say that she's 16 years old. So my adoption story with her is I was in 6th grade. At the time, I had my cat Tigger, he was the best. He was 22 pounds, fat. We should have named him Garfield. Like, he looked like Garfield, orange tabby. And he had diabetes, and like, he was getting older, and I think he passed away when he was 16. So when he was like 14, my mom's like, reading the clouds is like, oh no, life is hectic because of other family stuff. We need to have more fresh blood in the house. So we adopted Delilah and her brother Motor, who came with the name Dill. Horrible name. And so we got Delilah, and she was so shy at first, such a little thing hiding under the couch. But then we formed this bond. I learned that she would come when I whistle, and to this day, she loves when I whistle a descending minor third for all those musical theory nuts out there. And we are just the bestest of friends. She hated when I went to college for 4 years. Every time I came home, she couldn't even put up a grudge. She's like, I don't have enough time to be mad at you and punish you. I don't know when you're leaving again. Just the best. And she made sure none of the cats slept on my bed. Not that I would have minded. She was just very possessive. So I've had Delilah forever. She's my best friend. Had her for so long. She's very much me without a conscience. Like, all of my most, like, aggressive personality traits are in this cat. And then we have Putao, who I think the channel has seen the most because he is the most photogenic thing in the universe and loves to be held and doesn't care if I'm holding him. And he is so fluffy. Now, his story is a little bit more funny. Like, Delilah and Motor, we just adopted from an adoption agency. They were rescue cats. I think they were going to be used as, like, snake food. It was, yeah. But they didn't know that. They were just normal, the youngest you can get a kitten after they've been, weaned off their mother and spayed and neutered sort of thing. But Putao... One day I get a message from my friend, one of my close friends in high school, actually at the time it was middle school, being like, we have kittens in my garage, because they left their garage door open, and a pregnant cat came in and had a litter of kittens in their wagon. And they didn't know how to take care of them, so my mom let us take the kittens in and raise them and adopt them all out, and they were so cute. I've never seen cats so small. They looked like little gerbils. And we adopted everyone out, including the mom. The poor mom was only 7 months old. Like, she was a baby having babies. And Putao was the most ornery. We keep the ones with personality. He was my dad's cat until my dad could no longer keep him. And he's always been a personality. Like, he always wants to be in on the conversation. Last night we were watching the Chiefs Chargers game, and we were yelling at Mahomes because he was making some dumb moves, and Putao was yelling at Mahomes. So he's a cat that's full of personality. He'll wear outfits. I'll show a couple here. He'll wear his pumpkin outfit. He has a really adorable bow tie. I love my cats. He's great. And the reason why I took these two with me when I moved to Boston is because Putao puts up with Delilah. Delilah's kind of mean. She's a little bossy and needs a special type of cat. And I'm bringing all this up because my love of my cats is why I love this manga. It shows all of those moments of being a cat owner and a pet owner, and like how when the cat does sleep on a bed with you, you don't want to disturb them even if you're not even if you're uncomfortable. How they steal your chairs. Like, I kid you not, today I got up from my desk for like 2 minutes and Delilah's already in my chair. Putao regularly steals Ryan's chair. Like, cats are just special and I love them. So this is definitely a book for cat people or pet people. It does have a section for dog people and things like that. But I highly recommend it if you want to feel something good, if you want good feelings. And again, go check out Rhea's channel. I will have their book review for this down below. And yeah, and I'll have the playlist. If you want to leave an emoji, it's a cat emoji. I'm sure this is not shocking. And I don't know. Let me know any pet stories you have, preferably happy ones. If you are going to share a sad one, you're allowed, but make sure you put like content warnings, because like I like to be prepared for any sad pet stories. And like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.